What is up? Alright, Cowboy Vapor here. I'm gonna go through just kind of a brief description of just a rundown of what's gotten me to this point where I'm at right now. I started off, oh hell, 5 or 6 months ago, I guess. I had a little 650 mAh battery. I mean, I'd seen friends doing this for a while, and I made fun of them. Hell, I ain't quitting that shit. Hell, I'm hopelessly addicted. Well, I finally give up and started. Well, I got one little 650 mAh Ego batteries, and for the life of me, I can't find that thing. It's around here somewhere. I don't know where. I had just a little El Cheapo plastic clear miser up on top of it. Yeah, it worked. It so-so. I kept it for probably about 2-3 weeks, and well, I was getting frustrated. And hell, I'd go through it about half a day, that battery'd die, and well, that old nicotine monkey on my back, he'd rear up, and I'd go back smoking cigarettes. So I upgraded, and I got me a different battery. I'll pull my little stick off of here. I found me one of these things. It's just a non-adjustable. It's a Kanger. There's a K on the bottom of that. The Kanger battery. It's a 1000 mAh, I think, battery. I bought it, and I could sit there and charge one and vape on the other one, and when that one went dead, I could charge it and get the one off the charger, and it worked a little better. I had a little more success with it. But I got tired of these things, so I switched over to one of these little Aspire BDC. Just it's a metal wrapped tank. I loved that. Anyway, I switched over to that, and it still works. But it wouldn't hold a whole hell of a lot, so I was constantly having to carry juice with me and everything else, and which I do that now anyway. I can't make it through a whole day. Of course, I've turned into a juice junkie now. I'm always doing something. So from there, I upgraded to, where did I set it? I just had it. There it is. The Pro Tank. The Pro Tank 2. And it worked good, but with all these that have the glass in them, you learn really quickly when you break that glass, and this is your only tank, you tend to get pissy, because then you ain't got nothing else with you. So I ended up buying 2 of them. And I had so-so success with them. I never could get the coils to last more than about, a week and a half. So I was carrying a lot of these things with me, just the replacement coils. They worked alright, they really did. I rocked along for a while, and like I said, I was still smoking, still vaping, just on and off with both of them. That's when I got on here on YouTube, and kind of I got my kick in the ass, and I upgraded, and I don't have that battery with me right now. I loaned it to a friend of mine. He was going on a camping trip. I loaned him my other Pro Tank and this battery. It's a iTaste VV, adjustable wattage, adjustable voltage. I love that thing. That works great. It and that AR, what I use all the time now. But I got it, and I used it with the Pro Tanks, and I've got a few others. I mean, I've got that little El Cheapo, I think it's an iClear or something. I mean, I pick up tanks along the way as I go. But I was using them going along through there, and well, it was so-so working, and like I said, with the upgrading the battery and everything, it helped. It really did. Then I got to watching some of the reviews and some of the different things, and well, I was still frustrated with the Pro Tank, so I upgraded to another tank, and a lot of people spoke real highly. But like I said, I did my homework, did my research, and if y'all are getting into this and you're wondering what to do and all that, there's enough reviews on all this equipment that I've got. There's not really any need to do it. I mean, I'll kind of show you what it is and what it's about if you really want me to. But shit, phone's ringing. Uno momento, por favor. Alright, I'm back. There's a friend of mine calling me. It's raining right now, and he was wondering how bad the storms were going to get, so... Anyway, I watched a few reviews on this little booger. That is the Aspire Nautilus. I love this tank. I really do. It's good. Of course, and I'll go into this in a minute, when you start upgrading some more, you realize that the older stuff is just, it performs, it still works. I mean, I'll get a pull off of it. I mean, it still works flawlessly. Ugh. It's got a higher nicotine juice in it because I've got a friend of mine, the guy that works with me, he uses this one more than I do now. Oh, that burns the throat. Anyway, I loaded it for him so he can use it. Because like I said, I decided to upgrade. Well, I got to watching and got to looking, and I wanted a rebuildable tank. I knew I wanted something that I could build myself. That way I wasn't tied down with having to go to Lubbock or order them off the internet and get the replacement addies for the... Because even this one's got a replaceable atomizer down inside there. It's a bigger version of this. This has got a replaceable atomizer. All these are replaceable atomizers. Except for this and this, which you just throw that shit in the trash. They're cheap enough, I ain't worrying about rebuilding that shit. But I got to watching a lot of videos on the rebuildable stuff, and I decided I was going to venture off into that. And I have the mod. I already had it. So, I got one. I got the Russian 91%. I love this thing. I've upgraded the drip tip on it. I highly recommend doing that. That factory drip tip, it's just got a little bitty hole up in the top. Airflow sucks. And I found one that looks like an old miter cut diesel stack off an old Peterbilt or something. I like it. But it took me probably 3 or 4 coils to kind of figure out and tweak down and get right. Because when I first started off, I was using a multimeter. I've actually got the correct ohm reader. I picked that up yesterday when I got my next little play toy. But I just picked up some wire, picked up the other stuff that I needed, and I went to building. You use cotton and 28 gauge Kanthal wire and a 5/16 drill bit, wrap your coil, and go to town, man. And I love this thing. It performs flawlessly. I've had no trouble out of it. It might gurgle a little bit if you screw up when you're refilling it, but that's on me. That's not on the tank itself. So I love it. It works great. I mean, I'll get a pull on it. Oh, that's good. Man, that's good. It's got a wide open airflow to it. Now, I found that the more I've progressed into this, I prefer a wide open draw. Except on this next little critter, which is wide open on it's fucking open. I like a warmer. There is a difference. All of these, if you watch the reviews, they'll tell you that the rebuildables and the dripping atomizers, they change the flavor. They really do. They ain't bullshitting. They change the flavor on you. And as you go lower in the ohm loads, it heats up the vapor that you're getting, and I like a warmer vape. I have found that I actually like that. But I picked this little booger up yesterday, and I have loved it ever since. It's a Zenith RDA, rebuildable dripping atomizer. Adjustable airflow, man, it's a dual coil. I love this thing. Trying to, where to set my juice at? There it is. Key lime. Good old 180 vape key lime. If I can keep from dropping it. Drip a couple little drops down in there. And I realize some people take the drip tip out. I actually found I don't have to. 6 one, half dozen another. But I love this thing. It is great. It's just, oh, unbelievable. And the coils I've got, there was a guy there yesterday, he helped me set up the coils, and man, if you ever stumble across this, I can't remember his name for the life of me. I'm horrible with names. He was from Hobbs, I do remember that. He worked in the oil field. Hell, we stood out in the parking lot after we was fixing to leave and talking diesel pickups. Man, he was cool as shit. He helped me out. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. And damn, my phone's ringing again. Hold on. The perks of being a farmer, you get called every time it rains. Shit, son of a... This thing will chuck some vapor out there. Anyway, as I was saying, that dude, he helped me out a lot. That's one thing you'll find with the vaping community. You find a good vape shop, not only will the people in there help you, but the customers will help you. The other guys in there that are sitting there trying juices and things, will help each other in any way, shape, form. Man, what do you build? What kind of coil are you building on that thing? How'd you build it? And they'll show you. The vaping community is wonderful. And I have people like that friend of mine that works with me. You know, I'll throw a tank together and throw some juice in it and here, try this flavor. Here, try this flavor, and just go from there. I mean, and guys, I'm not poor on flavors, trust me here. I mean, that sucker there's plumb full, and the other side's the same way. That's just old flavors that it's higher nicotine level, and it's just a juice flavor I've tried for a while, and okay, it gets old, throw it in the bag. Well, now I can help my friends out, and here, try this flavor. Here, I'll hook you up. You want to borrow a tank, or you need some juice? And that ain't no problem. I got you covered. I mean, hell, that's pretty well what I carry on me all the time, about 6 or 7 bottles. Just different flavors of shit. I've got key lime and cherry limeade, and oh shit. There's the other one, Zydeco, and all this stuff I get from 180 Vape in Lubbock. Anybody in West Texas, if you're looking for a good vape shop, 180 Vape in Lubbock. I pay for all of my shit. They're not giving me anything for endorsing them, but I will endorse them all day long because they are good people. They are great people. I love the customer service. They're great people. You go in there, they've got a really knowledgeable staff. They're great to work with. And they got a shit ton of flavors. They got a bunch of mods and RDAs and tanks, and even if you don't want to step up and get something like this, they've got the Egos, they got the Twists, they got the MVPs. Everything that I've gotten from 180 Vape. But now that's just a basic brief rundown. I mean, and now that I've gotten in tongue ain't working. Now that I've gotten into these and these and all this other stuff, I mean, I'm upgrading my gear now. So I mean, I've got the ohm load checker, and I know they're not Dykers, and some people make fun of me. I had a guy yesterday looking at me funny, but I bought a pair of oversized heavy-duty toenail clippers. I boiled them and cleaned them and rubbed them with alcohol, and man, they work great. I can clip my cotton, I can clip my wire. I don't have no trouble out of these things, and they're cool as shit. Nice and shiny and small and sleek, and they work. But I've carried wire, I carry spare cotton. I mean, I've got anything that I could possibly need. This is what I carry for a vape bag. It's a 511 tactical bag. It's got a little clip on it. I can clip it around the oh shit, or the helper handle by my door on my tractor, and it just stays right there all day long. Swings back and forth, and it's got some pockets up here on the top and on the front, and I can carry everything I need in that bag, and it's great. But no, I mean, I've repurposed other things too. I mean, the box my Russian came in is what I keep all my rebuilding supplies in. My little pliers and my drill bit and spare cotton and spare wire and parts and screws, and that you find places to stick things you never knew you'd put it. But that's just kind of a brief rundown. And guys, if you get hung up on one flavor, like if you're, when you first start out, they'll probably start you on either a menthol or a red blend. If it works for you, fine. I know guys that still vape that, but I recommend trying other flavors. I mean, you can see that bag I've got. I'm a juice junkie now. Shit. If it's a sweet flavor, a dessert flavor, a fruit flavor, I'll try it. That's all. These are sweet and fruity and desserty, and hell, they're good. But guys, try different flavors. Find what works for you. Get off the old cigarettes. Get onto this stuff. It helps. It really does. And you ain't got to buy the expensive shit. Get this stuff. If it works for you, it works for you. But guys, get started on vaping. It's the best thing you can do. Anyway, I'm going to close it at that. So, adios.